Hello everybody, Chef Bob here again from Coral Glades High School. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you a recipe that my colleague from Coral Springs High School, my culinary arts colleague, Miss Aruna Lean, Chef Aruna Lean, shared with me. And it is an avocado pesto. The only difference is that I'm going to serve it as a cold pasta salad, not a hot one. We're gonna do a few variations on pesto, but first let me go over the ingredients with you, okay? First thing we're gonna need is ziti, okay? I've already cooked the ziti, then I drained them, I cooled them down with cold water. I added a little bit of olive oil so that they wouldn't stick, okay? So we're gonna leave those over there. Instead of pignoli nuts, what I'm gonna be using is cashew nuts, okay? These are roasted, salted cashew nuts. I've got about 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice over here. I have an avocado. I'm not going to use the entire avocado because this one's big, so I'm only going to use half. I've got some chili and onion pepper crunch over here, but use any hot thing that you want. If you want to use pepperoncini, if you want to use, pickled hot peppers, it's or don't even use them at all. You know I'm obsessed with truffle salt, so I'm going to use a little bit of truffle salt. I have sun-dried tomatoes, which I've already drained. These are julienne. I've got capers, and I've got some marinated artichoke hearts, which I roughly chopped. I've also got 2 cloves of garlic, extra virgin olive oil. See how barely see through it. It's unfiltered. And I've got a red onion, which I'm going to slice very, very thinly. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. So, pesto traditionally is done with fresh basil, and I've got that in my refrigerator right now. I've sliced maybe a half of an onion, okay? And I'm gonna put it into the pasta. The basil I've kept refrigerated until I was ready to use it, and here it is. This is organic, pre-washed basil. So traditionally, as I was saying, pesto is made with fresh basil, Parmesan cheese, which by the way I forgot, so let me get it, because unfortunately, today I'm doing solo recording. My wife isn't helping me because she's at work, so I'm getting forgetful. Parmesan cheese, fresh basil, traditionally, pignoli nuts, which are pine nuts, and olive oil, and salt and pepper. And that's basically it. So we're gonna do a variation on that. I've got this high-speed Ninja blender over here. And I'm going to put all of the basil inside there. Try to get rid of the stems as much as possible. The stems are not going to hurt, but let's try to get rid as much as possible of the stems. And there we go. Ooh, a piece of stem that shot out of there. And the rest of this basil here. Okay, get rid of that. Keep the station clean here. Okay, so try to get rid of as many of the stems as I can here that I see, but again, it's really not going to it's not going to affect the taste. Now, if you're using parsley, yes, you've got to get rid of the stems, guys. But if you're using basil, you're okay. All right. So I've got a long stem. Actually, that's not too bad. So. My God, I love the smell of basil. Okay, so to this we are going to add the cashew nuts, okay? We're gonna add the 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And we are going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Now, again, if you don't like garlic, don't add it. If you think it's, if you're one of those people that you know, garlic is good in small quantities, that's fine. You can add less, you can add more, it's completely up to you. Okay, so there we go. The garlic's in there. I like to keep my station always clean, sorry. All right. So now I'm gonna get my avocado, and I'm only gonna use half of this avocado, so I'm gonna cut it. And the one with the pit, I'm gonna save it because my wife will have it for dinner, I know she will. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut through the avocado, up to the skin, but not through the skin, and then across this way. And then with a spoon, we're gonna scoop the avocado out. There we go. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to add about a quarter cup, not even, maybe an eighth of a cup of olive oil. Of course, I eyeball all this stuff, guys, because I've just been doing this too long. About a teaspoon of truffle salt. And a few grinds of pepper. The last thing I'm going to add to it is my grated Parmesan cheese. So let's go ahead and grate some. If you can see, this is, I would say, about half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese that I'm going to add to this. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to need this anymore, so let me put it in the sink. And let's blend this. Now, if it's not mixing well, then perhaps you need to add a little bit of water. So I'm going to add a little bit of, just enough water till it starts mixing up. All right, so let's turn this baby back on. That was about an eighth of a cup. It's starting now to process. What I'm going to do is open it up. Scoop down the sides. There we go. And I just may have to add a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil and a touch more water. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And previously I added what amounted to about 2 tablespoons of water, so I'm going to add another 2, or like a little less than an eighth of a cup. And let's see how this goes. Oops. I dropped my towel. Okay. Let's blend this in. Much better. Stop it once more. Scrape down the sides. Turn it back on, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to mix the other ingredients in the pasta. So, artichoke hearts, sun-dried tomatoes, about a tablespoon of capers, And this, according to how hot you want it. I'm going to put about a teaspoon. There we go. This is ready. So I'm going to try to shake as much as I can out of here because we don't want to waste anything. There we go. And there we go. I'm going to mix it up so that you guys can see it. There you have it, guys. Now, of course, what you want to add to this is completely up to you. I'm not following Chef Runa's recipe to the T. She added fresh tomatoes to hers, cherry tomatoes, which she cut in half. Actually, she roasted them first and then cut them in half and added them to them. Unfortunately, I didn't have any, so I used sun-dried tomatoes. But, folks, there you got it. This is a pasta salad with fresh pesto made with avocado, basil, olive oil, and cashew nuts. All right? I will see you next time.